What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Bryce Reaction. It's your boy B Neil. After making two videos about the new Gen 5, finding a video like this is almost perfect. T.I. and T-Pain are getting a conversation about how things have changed from just T-Pain era to now, and even if we get into the over the years, how things has changed. And I had literally was kind of doing research before I even started this channel about like the different family trees in hip hop or just music in general. Cause I was just so amazed with how amazing music is, how digestible music is. And I'm like, bro, how great has this shit been for this long? Like obviously music and orchestras and pianos and all that shit's been around forever. But I'm like, bro, when did music get to this point where I can't stop enjoying this shit? So this is one of the things. This was one of the family trees that I ended up finding out. Did a lot of research on it. Honestly, listened to most of these artists, and I ended up finding out if I was to have a tree branch that I grifted to or fuck with the most, it would be this psychedelic tree. From the start of the foundation was Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, Sly and the Stone Family, David Bowie, and Black Sabbath. So all those different guys was like a part of like the foundation of the like the guitar riffs and like the electric sounds, the just like we say psychedelic blues, like creating like different vibes and it being almost the music push you in like a makes you almost put you in a different setting, almost take you out of body versus necessarily like lyrics is more trying to teach you, is more trying to give you like a different feeling, like as far as like what it's trying to accomplish in this art form, or what they're doing with that music. That era goes to cosmic funk and electric futurism, Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, George Clinton, Parliament and Funkadelics. So I know those guys, the Sly and the Stone Family. Then you go into era 3, Cameo, Zap. Like those guys was like heavily influential for hip hop, and where like Dr. Dre and shit like that ended up taking it as far as like some of the first guys to pick up the hip hop thing, especially in the West Coast for sure. But and even like this, like we talk about the psychedelic aspects of it. So then that goes into, let me say, Cameo and Zap. Those guys go crazy. I actually still like I download a lot of the Cameo shit. That shit is insane. Roger Troutman, I see his name a lot. Rick James, Prince, New Edition. Like these guys was all like helping lay the foundation as well for modern hip hop being, you know, a mix of a lot of different things. And where like from the melodic shit to, like I said, just the different sounds, the synths and things that was coming through in the music. And Teddy Riley's at the end of that. Then you go into 4, you get Dre, the Ghetto Boys, DJ Screw, and UGK. Oh, and Bone Thugs and Harmony, 3 6 Mafia, Outkast. Like all those guys, Southern artists, like the music that they was bringing to the game, like it had a lot of the funk elements, especially UGK and Ghetto Boys. And then I say Dr. Dre, he was more Cameo influenced with some of those sounds. And the West Coast was just influenced with those type of sounds in general. I feel like when you hear like a lot of the sounds that they like to use and things like that, you just go back and do the research. I don't want to play any of the songs. DJ Screw, Chop and Screw, like literally creating a slow psychedelic feeling. Like most times we think psychedelics, we think flowers and, you know, mushrooms and shit like that, but Double Cup, Alter States, like that's a big part of feeling psychedelic as well, whether it's drug influenced or not. Like we know back in the day, Jimi Hendrix was doing acid on stage, stuff like that. So like that's a big part of this, like the psychedelic like realm where you get into futures and stuff like that. Like they were heavily influenced by the guys from the UGKs and things like that. And that was just a ripple effect of what the artists before them had been doing. Then you get into emotional experimental rap, Lil Wayne, T-Pain, Kanye, Kid Cudi, Lil B, I don't know why his name on there, Casino, Space Ghost Perp, and you know, you throw Future in there, you could throw Drake in there, Psychedelic Trap, ASAP Rocky, Future, Young Thug, Chief Keef, Metro Boomin, Mike Dean, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi, and the last name was what was the last name on there? Lil Yachty. So a lot of people, the reason I bring this up, a lot of people like shit on this new age shit, but bro, there's always been a lane for people to have experimental, just music in general. And now that rap is kind of prevalent right now with that type of sound, a lot of the guys from the other family trees, as far as like what real hip hop may be or what they consider real music is, don't like it. But bro, there's plenty of fans out there that listen to find the escape. They want to find like music and sounds that takes them out of the current feeling that they're in now. Essentially, a altered mind state. That's what a big part of the psychedelic feeling and music creates. So, with that being said, I just want to get into some of those like family trees. Like I said, the new Gen 5, where they actually come from, like a lot of their product is wanting to be experimental, wanting to be different. And that's a part of like being a rebel and wanting to stand out and not be sticking to what's the norm. So for like rap, like literally rap embodies that. As far as like its origins of rap was built on being a rebel. The origins of rap was built on being different, unique, and crazy. So why niggas shit on the South so much when they found their own way to do that? Why niggas shitting on the new gen when they find their own ways to do that? It's so weird when hip hop is literally built on guys being rebels and finding unique, different, crazy sounding shit. This gonna fuck them up type shit. But when it's the artist that they deem not lovable or likable, it's hate. It's lame. It's trash. It's all this other shit.
Nothing that's like correct. It's made for one signal to be going into it. So using it live actually kind of makes you sound worse. Yeah.
Man, you talked about introducing change. And being a champion of that. Is there a musical trend today that you're hearing that reminds you of when you introduced auto-tune to the game?
I wouldn't say in our culture. Nothing that's like.
I said, if you asking me what Travis helped bring in, what Kanye helped bring in, what Kid Cudi and Drake's touched on a little bit, that or what they call rage rap or emo rap or rock rap, what Lil Wayne helped bring into the game as well. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's I think that's what's different. And I say, for me, a lot of these guys are masters at production. Like Yeet, when you hear something in shit, I'm like, oh, if he had a little bit more talent in rapping, which I feel like he's involving, he could be crazy. Like his beats and shit that he chooses is insane. I say the same thing for Playboi Carti. Like they do miss out on some of the lyrics, and it's just like Vice back in the day. Like some niggas back in the day, they had all lyrics and no production in me. And it would have been nice if they had better production. So some of these new guys are more production forward, more experimental forward. If y'all see me, my nose is itching for whatever reason. Like, I think you got to cherish that and understand where it come from and where it can help push hip hop in the future. Because in the future, there will be guys that's more balanced where they can rap just as good and be on those type of sounds like we see for Uzi and stuff like that. There are guys that already exist to do that. Travis Scott and stuff like that. So there'll be even more guys that may be a level of a Drake or Lil Wayne when it comes to like rapping ability and being able to make hooks that'll be able to hop on these type of beats eventually and kill shit, go crazy with it. And it might be some new gen person. It might not be a guy that's already doing it. So that's what I say. We can talk about something that's influential in this generation, like T-Pain had it.
Sticking out to me, but also I've kind of been weaning off of
I think I know one.
Okay,
I think I know one. Rapping off beat. I think like. At first, bro. At first, when you hear it at first, it's like, man, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, yep.
And then as you're like, oh, that shit worked.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Oh, it worked again.
With the rapping off beat, I think it's the same. It's the same distance from when we started rapping fast. So when we started rapping fast, and it came from 80s and 90s rap, and then all the 80s and 90s rappers were like, fuck is these niggas saying? These niggas rapping too fast, you can't understand these niggas. And then we got into mumble rap, and it's like, what the fuck is these niggas saying? Yeah. You can't understand what these niggas saying.
So I love that because I was a guy that don't like the offbeat rapping, like the Blueface, Little B, shit like that. But I knew niggas in high school was fucking Little B like crazy. They're like, nah, he different, he crazy. Kind of found out technically he was ahead of his time. These niggas trying to do that all the time now. Even I think it was on the Carter 5, Lil Wayne was rapping off beat, or it'll be like a song here and there from an artist you may like where they do that. And it's like, okay, I guess I see, like, it's a lane for it now. But how T-Pain correlated that to rapping fast, I used to love that rapping fast shit, but I could easily see how the old heads back in the day would be hating on that. And then I bring that up just to say there's always been generations of guys that just not accepting of the new generation because they're trying to do something different. They're trying to break the box to like stand out, essentially. If you keep trying to do what other niggas have already done that's great and already established, it's gonna be hard to try to come in and pave the way for yourself. So even in the nature of music, you gotta do shit that's wild sometimes. You gotta do shit that's out of the box. So I definitely like that. Then he goes into this next part that I think is even more interesting.
But the thing that
With the mumble
the thing
rapping and
that
shit.
I always looked at is mumble rap. They are expressing, they're conveying messages. It's just if you ain't hip to the lingo, you won't know.
So
It's like a
so
if
I
you
think
know, you know kind of
so
thing.
I think that's a part of it, but I think in our culture, a big thing with our music is carelessness. So I think that, and this is a subconscious thing. Nobody's gonna be like, you know what, you're right. Nobody's gonna say that. But I think throughout the years we've gradually been out trying to not give a fuck each other. You know what I mean? So the more
See
you're
who
off,
can provide, who can put out the least amount of effort.
right? Because I'm just cool as fuck. And if you don't get it, you're just not cool. It's just what it is. Right. So, that comes to, a story I like to reference.
So with both of them, I like both points. I think it is a little bit of balance. I do think it's a little bit of guys overdoing it too. But I do feel him with the mumble rap thing. I think he ended up bringing up James Brown in a second. But like a lot of times, like you can put shit together. It ain't always about rhyming, but like it's about just the vibe that you're trying to create. It's not that you're trying to put a pun together. It's not just trying to put a double entendre together. You're just trying to put feelings together and things like that. And I think we overdo the mumble rap shit because like these guys don't be just mumble rap. They actually do be rapping. They actually do be saying shit. They actually be putting shit together. But to like, the Migos or people used to throw Future and Young Thug in that bag, like they were still great at doing, like I said, that experimental, vibey type of shit that no other people could do. And then there is that lane where I think about like V's, where it's like I'm super cool, like I'm low on the shit, like I'm like you barely can hear my vocals sometimes, but like if you hear what I'm saying, I'm snapping low key. And it's like there's a mix between like if we keep going down that path, I can see how rap fans it's like we're getting this like this element of shit that I don't fuck with. But once again, V's is the perfect example of a psychedelic nigga. It's like, bro, he's the perfect example of like a Serb baby with a double cup baby end up becoming a great rapper. And what that would sound like and what that would produce as far as like vibes and shit like that. And like people that don't like fuck with V's, I get it, but at the same time, I was just showing somebody like chopped and screwed music. It's like, bro, we used to slow music down so fucking much. Like I could see V's like being a product of why, like, or me like a chopped and screwed. I could see how I could like an artist like a V's or something like that. When you like those type of altered state music and stuff like that. So I definitely do always feel like we love to shit on shit because it's so different. And I see how people could try to take us down and make it like a lazy version of that. But it's like in the lane that's like in the middle ground. What the
non-payment
fuck?
of millions in contractual obligations.
That shit came out of nowhere. That scared the fuck out of me. But yeah, like I said,
one thing
pretty much in that middle ground of like, it's not even a middle ground of, let's just say, let's stay away from the shit that's like where we think it might possibly be going. Like there's plenty of enjoyable music from these artists right now and today. It's just, I think a lot of people just not on the experimental wave and they love to shit on it. But like I said, there's been many different, from rapping fast to offbeat to chopped and screwed to so many different shits throughout the years in hip hop that's been the new version of the new Gen 5 and we hate on it. And I just like, when are we gonna stop repeating those same cycles is what I'm trying to get at.
I think throughout the years we've gradually been out trying to not give a fuck. Right. So that comes to a story I like to reference with the scientist that came up with knowing that fat versus sugar was actually making people fat. So remember back in the early 2000s, late 90s, everything was low fat.
Right.
Everything was low fat because they felt like, the marketing people was like, if you say it's got fat in it, you can tell people it makes you fat. If you say it doesn't have fat in it, it won't be fat. The thing that was making people fat was the sugar.
Right.
So a scientist came out and said, hey, it's sugar. It's not the fat, it's sugar. But the fat guy, the person that came up with the fat
Was he
theory.
a fat guy?
No. It wasn't a fat guy. Well, you had to, you got to put that shit on in order to market this thing. So the
Right.
guy that came up with the sentiment that fat made you fat was already more popular in that world. So he was like,
Who is this guy?
who's this nerd? You gotta believe this nerd. Look, this guy's wearing glasses. So he made him so uncool that everybody was like, yeah, that can't be right. Sugar isn't right. So it's the same sentiment when it's like, guys, what are these guys saying? Yeah. What are they saying? And then everybody else is like, hey, look, he said you're just old. So I'm just gonna believe that.
Look at what though. As I think back, as I think back in musical history, man, like we didn't know what James Brown was saying all the time.
Very true. Very true.
But
Very true.
It's James Brown. It's still a hit record.
Yeah.
It feel good.
You gonna figure it out.
It make you feel something.
You gonna figure it out.
Hey man, fill in the words that you think.
Absolutely.
And we don't know what Mama say, Mama Sa, Mama Maku Sa mean. I still don't know. I still have no idea.
But it's a vibe, and that's more like even with Future, he did that on Plutoski. It's like, bro, I ain't gotta say shit. Certain like onomatopoeias will give you a vibe. Essentially, that's what it is. If we breaking it down to the actual, like, what are they saying? Like onomatopoeias have vibes. They have energetic frequencies and feelings that people understand when you put them in a certain type of like or cadence or energy and how you say it. So with that being said, I love how Future wrapped it up because, I mean, not Future, T.I. wrapped it up because he comes from Atlanta. He comes from around these guys that a lot of these guys consider mumble rappers, but they carved out a way where millions of fans fucked with him, understood him, and even fans that didn't vibe with it and liked it just from the, a surface level shit. Like, for instance, even when I think about older generations, as far as like, your parents or your grandparents, they might like a rap song, but they don't know what the fuck that they're talking about through all the shit. Even when I talk about, fuck that. It's regular day people. When I talk about Iceman and my interpretation from Iceman and what the things that Drake talking about versus what they think Drake is talking about on surface level conversations, a whole other world. There's a whole other world. After you on social media every day and breaking down Drake lyrics for years, getting What's the Dirt breakdowns, getting other guys breakdowns every damn day, you're going to see music on a different level that these other people couldn't possibly understand. And like, they still enjoy the music. They still fuck with the music, even though they're not necessarily getting a message that you got from it. So that's the beauty in the music as well. Like, it don't always have to be this like message that's so literal that now I understand it. Now I have feelings. Sometimes it's like, bro, I could just put certain keys together, put certain beats together, put a dark hook together, and then rap in a certain like flow style that's gonna make you feel, oh, like that moment where like you ain't had nobody there when it was raining and you was in rock bottom and shit like that. Like, it don't have to be necessarily bringing up the lyrics like to make you feel that. So I love T.I. brought that up because even James Brown said it. Do it sound good, then do it feel good, then it's music. And yeah, for rap, we have our own category. James Brown wasn't making rap, but for instance, like, we go back to this psychedelic shit. I don't think like James Brown, when I was doing my earlier research, I think James Brown was a part of one of these eras, if I'm not mistaken, as far as helping with that funk wave and things like that. But like I said, I'm a big experimental guy. My friends call me out on it all the time for the different music I like. And when I put it up and play it, it's like, well, I guess you definitely got a taste. And that's what I had to come to realize at this point. Some people, they're on more of the R&B path and R&B lane and things like that. Or they're more on, it was another one. The R&B and gospel lane. What was another tree? It was like 3 or 4 trees that I had them coming up with. Actually, it was 5. But regardless of the fact, I end up maybe bringing them up in another video if it ever becomes relevant. But with that being said, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. We on the road to 500, man. Peace.